Alright guys, and welcome back to another educational informative survivor game on Dead Dog Saloon. This is a solo queue match. I'm running open-handed, kindred, windows, and drama. Open-handed is such a powerful perk. It works with kindred in hand, giving kindred a 32-meter radius of the person being hooked for revealing the killer's aura. Looks like we're versing an alien or a singularity. I think it is a singularity from this angle. I could be wrong. Looks like it is an alien. That's unfortunate. I couldn't high knees quick enough. I got exposure out of the way. That's something. Alright. She took a free hit on my back. Let's see how she responds. See if she tries to cut me off here. Yep. Let's move around. Not a really great spot to be, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I kind of screwed up. I even waited as well. I should have baited it and went around. I got outplayed 9 ways to Sunday. It happens. Good stuff, alien. Good stuff. Taking that early hit really fucked me, but that's okay. Wrong place, wrong time. Should have went straight towards the generator. So my allies have decided to do the safest generator upstairs first, followed by another upstairs generator. There are 2 platform generators upstairs, and my team wants to do both of them first. That's generally not a good idea. There is a 3-gen on that side of the map, and the upstairs generator is incorporated as part of the 3-gen. I don't like being the first to go down, guys, but that's alright. Let's get our quick heal, and let's go apply pressure towards his objective. Despite it being upstairs, I don't want to do it, but I do want to break any available 3-gen that this killer currently has available. I didn't drop any pallets, which is good. I did take an early hit. Unfortunately, I was unable to drama and get around the corner in time, based on the fact the killer has that range. Alright, let's try and work on this gen up here. Unfortunately, I don't have time to really waste and look for... The gen's not even started, really, boys. The gen's at like 5%. That's an M1 in the back. Yep. Quick sidestep. See if I can get something done in this corner of the map. I don't like when my teammates just put down... Like, look at this generator now. Look at this gen. This gen has no pallet, no window, no nothing in a dead zone that somebody has created because they use the only resource available, with no turret to defend yourself to remove the killer's ability. What do you do if the killer comes over? You take a hit. You don't have a play. So this is a terrible spot for me to be in because I'm the only one who's been hooked. This is somebody else's responsibility. But in solo queue, you have to go under the assumption that your teammates aren't switched on when it comes to map awareness, yeah? Now, don't get me wrong, I actually have time for a turret. Thank God. I'm going to put that in a nice, obvious place right here. Now, if she hits me, she loses her ability. She hits a turret, I can make that pallet. It's completely up to her. If she's smart, she'll hit me. But there's a 50-50 hit. She comes through the portal, I can drama towards that. It's not going to be brilliant, but it's the best of a bad situation. Dwight pumping through another generator. That's good for Dwight. Let's see what he's going to get done. Looks like he's done the gen on the far right-hand corner. Now, the issue here is we're doing gens in corners, which is going to force better rotation in the center of the map for the killer. That's okay. We got one person down. He's ready to be picked up. Dwight needs to go in for the heal. There it is. Killer gets no hooks, but he gets pressure on 3 people simultaneously. 75% of the lobby. And now the heal's happening, so he still has pressure on 75% of the lobby, as opposed to pressure on only one person at 25%. So there is a good play there and a bad play there. Alright, so do keep that in mind. The fact is he got healed. If I got off my generator, it would have been a flawless play for him, but I didn't get off my gen, so he's still under the effect of pressure on objectives. Now, there is a 3-gen here. This needs to get completed. I don't want to get bullied away from this generator. I need to stay. You can come through that portal any second, man. I'm staying. Good, good. Gen's done. Player on the far right has been hit by the killer. I don't really want to work on that generator. I'll work on this one over here, despite it being nowhere near done. I don't want to do this, but this means the killer won't have an available 3-gen. I'm looking around. There should be a gen over there for the killer to work on. There's only 2 gens that spawned here. The other one's going to be real close. It's going to be on the other side of that wall or upstairs. One of the 2. You gotta be real careful when you're playing against this kind of stuff as Survivor. And as Killer, you need to look to this at the beginning of the game and go, alright, cool. So we know somebody's gonna try and break that 3-gen. Where's my corrupt intervention? Where's my pressure across the board? Now, the Killer's not doing bad, but why is the Killer losing? The Killer's losing because when the Killer sees somebody, he has to tunnel them, he has to catch them, and he has to down them. Now, don't get me wrong, he downed me very quickly, he played really well, but for him downing me, there were 3 different people on 3 different generators, and it cost him, there were 2 different people on 2 different gens, and 2 people stacked on 1 gen. So he did lose a bit of pressure because of that, and he lost an entire objective for no pallets and 1 hook. So mathematically speaking, it wasn't worth the Killer's time to come for it. They're stacked. Now, if I get off this gen and go for the save, it's the wrong play. Because what happens when I get off this gen? no work happens, and it's a stalemate in favor of the killer. The longer the game goes with no one working on gen, the more the killer side of the game becomes, right? Pallets get consumed, players get injured, perks get used. So these are things to keep in mind. I got my pallet done. Looping near the center. Dwight's back on his other gen. I need to go through here. Killer's coming back. Gonna try and force struggle. You're still a good 25 seconds away from being able to force it. Kindred open-handed, telling me not to be afraid of anything. I'm okay with not saving him. Yeah, that's cool. You can follow my scratches. You can play around here. I'm gonna pull him further through. That's alright. Dwight stays on his generator. The killer needs to make a decision. He can hit struggle and we can work on that other door. It's actually a-okay. It's not a bad idea. How good is open-handed though? No second guessing, no uncertainty. Don't go for the hook save. Don't go for the hook save. Leave the slug. Okay, big mistake. The play was to leave him on hook. I can't work on this door because he's going to hit him and come straight to the door. Dwight just went to red ping. Yep, there you go. Cutting through, looking for the door. See that? Being able to predict what her intention is. The other slug's been picked up. Going for one of the injured players. I'm going to go for this door. No, I'm going to go for this door because it's going to be close to the basement and she's going down right on top of the basement. Don't know what the killer's doing right now. Door's prepped. Everyone's coming over. Door's open. Looking for a body block on the killer. The killer decided to... No, I don't know what the killer's intent was. Let's get our high knees. See if we get an item. Yeah, I got a better medkit. Medkit upgrade. And the killer ends up losing. I think it went through the center to look for people near the other door, but nobody was near the other door. Anyways, that's an educational, informative solo queue game. Despite me going down early, I broke the 3-gen, applied the pressure in the correct areas where I needed to be. Just because you make a bad play at the start of the game doesn't mean your whole game needs to be bad. The solo queue players ended up coming back, despite doing the best generator at the start of the game. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the educational, informative content, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I do educational, informative DBD Killer and Survivor over at Twitch. If you guys want to tune into the live stream, once again, guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the fog in the next video. Have a good one. Cheers.